Hello and welcome back to the channel guys. Today the question that we are looking at is, let's say if you ask the bot what is the policy for a vacation days, most chatbot will invent a vacation policy, but a grounded one says I don't have that in my docs. To the same system, if we ask about the laptops, it answers for the policies, ask about the vacation, it refuses. Let's look what exactly the RAG is. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. First, it retrieves the best chunk from your knowledge base. Second, it stuffs that chunk into the prompt as a trusted context. And third, the model generates but only from what you gave to it. Without RAG, the model guesses from the training data. With RAG, your company docs win. Now let's go and deep dive into it. First, we need to install the LangChain core pieces, OpenAI wrappers, community vector stores, and the Chroma. First, we'll import all the usuals as we have done in the previous episodes. Along with that, we are going to import the embedding models, the chat model, the Chroma store, prompt template, pass-through for the questions, and string output parser. First thing, we are going to initialize our LLM and embedding models using the LangChain wrappers. This is the same embedding model as per the episode 3. But LangChain wraps the HTTP for us. The chat model temperature is also 0. We want to keep the answers grounded, not creative. Second, for the knowledge base, we provide 3 fake company policies. Laptop budgets, remote hours, health insurance. So this is like one of our first questions should hit. We should have like the remote work hours information, benefits, notices, no vacation policies. So all the informations are fake about a company policies. Next thing, we are going to have the Chroma. Then using the Chroma.from text, we embed the each string stored in our local vector DB. In episode 3, we did the loop by hand and Chroma does the embed plus store in one call. In production, you load PDF or Markdown. Today, we are just using these 3 strings. Is enough to learn the pattern. Then we turn our vector stores into a retriever topmost relevant chunk to keep the prompt small and the demo clear. Third, we need to define the system prompt structure that binds the context to the LLM. We'll create a system template and use that template into the prompt. Notice that in the placeholder, we'll have the context, and in the chat prompt template, when we provide the from message from system and a human, we'll also have the question. The LangChain will inject the data here dynamically. Next, we construct the LangChain expression language. We call it LCEL. This chain handles the retrieval of the context, passing to the prompt, sending it to the LLM, and then parsing text string. The input questions hits the dictionary in following order. First, the retriever fills the context. Second, pass-through fills the question, then prompt, then LLM, then parse to a plain string. That one line is the heart of the RAG. Retrieve and keep the original question side by side. So we are done with setting up our RAG pipeline. Now let's go and run the 2 different set of questions. The first question is about laptop and budgets, which is already into the knowledge that we already added as a policy tag 202. We'll run this and see what is the output that we receive. When we run this file with the Python command, we are generating the DB, we got the information, and as you can see, the response comes from the knowledge that we provided to it. And it's been understanding it and providing the answer accordingly. Next, we will ask a question about the vacation days, which is not in our database or which is not in the company's docs. So we want the refusal, correct? So let's go and try to run it. Let's run this question. When you run this, you can see the response coming from the AI. It clearly says that it doesn't have the information. That's all for this episode. In the coming episode, the model doesn't going to just answer. It's going to act. It's going to call the tools, the tool calling agents, look up for an order, escalate with an email, and it's going to be a climax for this series. Tags for this episodes are in the description. See you in the next episode. Bye.